Well, there's a lot of things going on. Oh, Khamzat Chimaev. Hamzat Chimaev obviously was meant to fight this Saturday. I was super excited for that one. And we spoke about this on the last show. We spoke about it on the last show, so we don't have to go into depth, Anthony. I heard from a pretty reliable source that it was really, really bad and he might not fight again. Well, it turns out that he had food poisoning.
Oh, shit.
And that's kind of why he had to pull out from the fight, because Dana said on his thing, didn't it, violently sick.
Right, violently ill.
I think he means literally, because when you have bad food poisoning, I've seen it. I've had food poisoning, but I've never had bad hospitalized food poisoning. Have you?
No, never that bad. I've had I don't know. It leaves you in the bathroom. It leaves you in the bathroom for a couple. You end up in the bathroom for a couple hours. We're like, but never in the hospital. No. One of my kids got food poisoning really bad one time.
Really?
From I think we were we were at a crawfish boil, and she doesn't eat seafood. She was allergic to shellfish for a long time. Mm-hmm. She grew out of it, fortunately, but she would always eat chicken. So I don't know if it just wasn't quite cooked. Yeah, I think it was undercooked, but I don't know.
Contaminated.
Yeah, she got sick as shit. Not in the hospital, but she was really sick. She was really
chilling in the fridge with the crawfish.
You don't put crawfish in the fridge.
I don't know what you do with bloody crawfish. I ain't no hillbilly, Anthony.
Yeah, you cook them some bitches alive.
Yeah, I know, but do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Could you put them in the fridge though? Technically, could you catch them and cook them?
They're in a cooler.
That could be that's a form of refrigeration.
But they're alive. There's not like they're being cooled off, really.
Could you put them in?
They would live in a fridge.
Water and put them in the fridge.
Yeah, they would. Yeah.
There you go. I know nothing about crawfish.
I was going to say that's not too many crawfish though, Mike. They usually we buy them in 50 or 60 pound bags.
Oh, really?
And have them shipped alive to us. Yeah.
Do you really? Alive?
Yeah, they're so good. Yeah, they're so. We have to. I'm telling you, we talk about this all the time. You got to come down for a crawfish boil. No, we do talk about it.
No, I would love to. In fact, this summer after your fight, because I'm doing nothing. Do you know what? I'll come over. If you're down for it, I'd love to come over, and we'll maybe get these two other hillbillies down as well. We should, because I've got some time off after I go to Saudi this weekend, and then it's 303. And then I've got a few weeks, and in August I'm off. And we're going on vacation, but I want to go somewhere in the States that we've never been to. My God, this is the perfect opportunity. Make a detour.
We can hang out at the farm.
So Hamzat's out with food poisoning. It must have been bad because he was in hospital. What do you think of this new matchup, Ikram Aliskerov?
What an opportunity! What an incredible opportunity for that guy. I think I've only worked one event that he fought, and he couldn't be a further style away from Hamzat. They're not even really close. But that's Robert Whittaker for you, though. You know what I mean? That guy.
Just trying to find.
He's on the rank too, right?
There was a quote from Robert Whittaker, and he said, I'm paraphrasing, words to the effect of, he'd never even heard of him. He'd never even heard
of
him.
He's unranked.
Ikram Aliskerov, didn't know who he was, but, I said, yeah, I'll fight him because he wants to fight. But he said he had a whole, I know, because this Dagestani, Aliskerov, is ridiculously good. Yeah. He said he had a whole game plan for Hamzat. Mm-hmm. Right, a whole game plan panned out that they've been working on for a very, very long time. They said Hamzat's very unique. Of course, he's a monster in round one. But as we know, as the fight progresses, he gets tired. And I don't think he's ever been booked for a 5-round fight or never fought in one in the UFC anyway. So you got to think the game plan for Robert Whittaker. If I'm game planning for him, it would be obviously avoid the clinch early, be light on your feet, dance around the octagon. You've got to fight. You've got to engage. You can't run away. But essentially do what you got to do to just get it to rounds 2 and 3. And then from there, you got
to win 3 through 5. You got to win 3 through 5 and do as much work or make him work as much as you can in the first 2. Stay safe, make him work hard, make him expend as much energy as possible, and you got to win 3 through 5.
I can't make a prediction because I'm commentating the card, but what do you think happens in that one, Anthony?
I'm going to feel stupid if Aliskerov wins, but I just can't go against Robert Whittaker. I just can't. He's too good at the highest level. He's been too successful at the highest level of the sport. And I'm such a Robert Whittaker mark. Sometimes I think it does cloud my analysis and my decision making on making my picks sometimes, because I'm such a fan of that guy, and not even just his fight style, of just him as a person. Good,
rightly so, man.
It's even better.
Yeah. No, it is. So who wins? Whittaker?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Whittaker. I feel like if you're preparing for Hamzat and you believe truly that you were gonna beat Hamzat, you gotta believe that he would beat Aliskerov, because I probably was gonna pick him to beat Hamzat too. So. If I'm gonna pick him to beat Hamzat, I gotta choose him to beat the guy that's unranked.
I know that Hamzat was the only guy to beat Aliskerov, right? His record, I forget what it is. It's like 17-1. The one loss came to Hamzat, but I'd never seen it. But because this fight's taking place now, some social media accounts shared it. Oh my God, Brian, just see if you can find it, please.
Was it a good fight?
Hamzat knocks out Ikram. Oh. No, I think it was first round.
He said, no.
dude, the right hand from Hamzat, boom, the close here, Ikram Aliskerov falls into him. It's like, it's a sickening knockout.
Oh, really?
It is like, because we know Hamzat has power. Look at the Gerald Mirichar fight. We know he picks people up and ragdolls them and stuff like that. But Jesus Christ, and this is against Ikram Aliskerov. That's the only loss on his record.
That's the only loss he has.
Pull it back. Oh, listen, the way he falls, it's like Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, look at this. Boom.
I mean, he's unconscious.
Oh, in the follow-up shot. He is out.
Just let me see that one more time, Brian, and let me just see a little bit more of it. And this is me doing research Saturday night whilst also doing a podcast. Man. As a fan, I'm really disappointed that Hamzat versus Whittaker is not happening. Hey, I'll tell you what, he got in there with that.
Look at his eyes.
That was nasty. Ooh. Thanks, Brian. Yeah. No, that'll give you nightmares. All right, so listen, we're talking about Robert Whittaker there. It seems like a segue in here because it just broke that Dricus du Plessis will be fighting Israel Adesanya in Perth, Australia, which I don't think is any big surprise. That seemed like the fight that was going to happen. What's your thoughts on that, Anthony?
Well, I'm a little bit surprised. Not surprised, because we kind of knew it was going to happen. But, man, if that doesn't speak to the star power of Israel Adesanya to slide into a title fight off a loss, after – there's been other contenders and guys that have fought that have won since then.
I understand what you're saying. I also think there is some merit to what he did as a champion.
Yeah.
I mean, he lost to Strickland.
On short notice.
Well, it wasn't short notice for Izzy. It was short notice for Strickland.
Right.
You know what I mean? He still had the benefit of a full camp. And Strickland made him look bad. It was a terrible night. But we know that generally he does fight better than that. But Strickland does have an ability to do that to people. But I think with the amount of times that he did defend the belt, I think the back and forth that him and Dricus had, because they were, I think they were originally supposed to fight, right? That's why Sean stepped in.
Yeah, du Plessis wouldn't take it because he was banged up after the Whittaker fight.
Yeah, that's right. So I don't necessarily have a problem with the matchup. I think it's a good fight. I'm interested to see it. I think Saturday night, this is me being a matchmaker. What do you think? Saturday night, if Whittaker, and it's a big if with this Ikram, if he gets the job done, and maybe it's just the fan in me, Sean Strickland, Robert Whittaker, number one contender matchup.
Yeah.
I would love to see that fight.
Sign me up. That's the fight. But I don't know that Sean's going to take it. Sounds like he's going to, he said, and these things change when they get into these negotiations and backroom conversations. But last I heard, he said that he's not fighting unless it's for a title. So
that's what he said. Yeah, that's what he said, kind of verbatim. That very matter of fact as well.
Yeah,
and he might just do that.
That would suck to not see that Robert Whittaker, Sean Strickland fight.
That's why I want to see it. That's the fight to make. I mean, what a matchup that would be. It'd be unbelievable.
What does Robert Whittaker got to do to get a title fight? You think it is beat a guy like Strickland?
It has to be, because unfortunately,
Hamzat probably would have been good enough, right? That'd have been good enough to get him a title fight.
Well, if Hamzat won, I think Dricus was saying that he wanted to fight Dricus. Sorry, he wanted to fight Hamzat. And if Whittaker beats him, if you beat the man, you become the man. And he's not the champion, but he's the undefeated prospect that everyone's high on. Yeah. The problem is for Whittaker is that he's had a lot of title shots. He fought for 3 against Adesanya. Was it 3 times? It was 3 times against Adesanya.
Was it 3?
Was it 3?
It was only 2.
Or was it? Maybe it was 2. Maybe it was 2. But regardless,
either way, it's a couple.
It was 2. It was 2. The first one he got stopped. The next one it was a pretty close decision.
Fight. Yeah.
Izzy won all the rounds, but they were most of the rounds, maybe 4-1, but they were close.